guys, this is David from the Boulder Hill Archive coming at you. It's been a long time since I've done my last video about comic books. I've been keeping busy elsewhere with real life, and also been posting a little bit on Facebook, but a lot of real life stuff that's been kind of coming at me. So I'm back this year, start of a new year. Some new stuff to talk about with comics. Well, new to you guys, it's old stuff, so there's no new M.A.S.K comics, unfortunately, in 2022, so that could change. Hasbro looks like they might be switching the licensing around, so you never know. So we're going to talk about 5 special issues of M.A.S.K, and I'm sure, you know, they're special issues, so what makes them so special? Well, it's also on the cover. So we're going to talk about the M.A.S.K holiday specials today. And to give a little bit of my personal background with these books, is some of these were some of the last ones I was able to track down of the UK comics. Partially because there was no, at that time, set list of these books. A lot of the online resources that are covering comics now, Scott Crawford's doing a lot of great work over on his channel and site, M.A.S.K Comics blog, go check him out. Plus sites like All About M.A.S.K and M.A.S.K.com, really great sites. I've done a little bit of comic book coverage, but a number of years ago there wasn't really any resources online to find them. So how did I track them down? Well, I'd go on eBay, I'd do searches, and if I came across a regular back issue otherwise of one of these comics, I would sometimes see an advertisement for one of these books, and then I would know to track it down. So, in fact, one of the very last UK issues I tracked down was one of these issues, and I just basically had a set search on eBay, and it just popped up one day, and I didn't even know it existed. It was actually this issue right here. M.A.S.K Holiday Special. So, along the lines of the UK comic, they had the regular run of issues we talked about, the 80 issues, plus the Eagle run, which we've talked about in our previous videos on the archive here. So, we also have these 5 issues that are part of the Fleetway M.A.S.K comic run. And they're done by the same publishing company as the other issues of M.A.S.K comics. They are They're very similar in format to how the other comics are. The artwork is similar. Just pulling one out. So there's actually 4 holiday specials, and there's also 1 winter special. I don't know why they changed it. Just because I just don't want to cover it separately. We're going to cover the holiday specials. We're just going to do all the special issues. So a lot of it is that they have some color pages, but this is a good example. We have some color. I'll put some better pictures over here probably of some of the covers and a little bit of the insides of some of these books. But generally most of it is black and white comics. Looks to be done by the same art teams who did the regular issues of the Fleetway run. So if you really like the other Fleetway issues, these are totally worth tracking down. Beautiful artwork. The covers are, again, very well done, very colorful. The winter special seems to have a little bit of a stronger cover than the others. I don't know if this is common to mine. It feels almost more like a coloring book cover than a regular, the more malleable material of the other books. It probably doesn't come off on camera. This is one of the other ones. And they have very nice wraparound covers. Oh, this one's not wraparound, I'm sorry. This one isn't, but this one does have a nice little wraparound. One. Got this one. This one just has the M.A.S.K logo on the back. This is another wraparound, so... Oh, nope, same thing on the back again. I am totally getting this wrong, so I do apologize to you guys. Front, back, and... So there's 5 issues, and the last one looks like it came out in... It was published in 1990, so the UK run went longer than the American run, so 1990, M.A.S.K in the US was long since gone, so it's kind of interesting that these books are still being published. They did start with the regular Series 1 and 2 M.A.S.K, and then they did push a little bit into the racing series. As you can see on the covers, we did have things like Lester Sludge on there, so they did go in the racing series. Again, these never quite made it to the Split Seconds series either. There are no Split Seconds comics, which is still really disappointing to me, which I know a lot of people don't like the Split Seconds line, but it would have been nice had we gotten some comics. So the big question with some of these books is, do you want to track them down? And if you like the UK comics, these are definitely something you want to track down. There's some reprinted material. For example, the Winter Special here has a reprint of the very first ever UK M.A.S.K story. And that's kind of interesting, but most of it is new material. Some of these differ from the regular UK comics, and these have some text stories in them. And some of these I'll probably cover in another video. I might do some of these a little bit separate just to kind of break some of the stories out. There's just a little bit too much material for 5 issues of material here that I can really go through. None of the stories are anything... They're pretty good stories. They're all standalone stories in the books. So they're a bit on the shorter side. Every issue has multiple stories that they cover. And they also have a few other things like text stories. They also have vehicle profiles. We get to see some of this lovely artwork. The vehicles. And again, I'll have some of it up here for you guys to kind of peruse. It's a lot of really nice M.A.S.K artwork. There's some profiles of the toys. They're really nice little packages, and like I said, there's only 5 issues. And like I said, I had a devil of a time just trying to figure out that they existed, so if you want to get a complete run of the UK comics, these 5 issues are the ones you're going to have to try and track down. I don't really have any sort of value I can kind of place upon them. I do think they might be a little bit harder to find than some of the other issues. Again, because I feel like these are the last ones I kind of came across, and a few of these I've never really seen too much for sale afterwards otherwise, so it's just something to keep an eye out for. I really enjoy kind of looking at these UK comics, and like I said, one of these was actually the last UK comic I actually tracked down, so it was kind of almost like a bittersweet moment for me. I've talked about the last story last time in a M.A.S.K book, but just kind of knowing that I kind of had read all the classic M.A.S.K comics at that point was kind of an interesting moment for me, where it felt like you had just kind of experienced it all. So it's just something really kind of special and just kind of something very interesting to look at. Like I said, there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of fresh new material in here. There's some retreaded material, like they have the first story again, and I believe they have a little bit of stuff like some of the packaging and such you've seen already. Let me pick up another issue. But again, we have the wonderful cover artwork. They don't make them like this. Again, the larger size of the UK comics as compared to the US size, but Some of the artwork, I mean, some of the artwork similar to the toy packaging, just absolutely astounding in these books. Like I said, they're just mostly short, standalone M.A.S.K comic stories. There's nothing in these that is anything particularly, I would kind of say, a must-have M.A.S.K story, but they're pretty good stories. They are what they are. If you like the M.A.S.K UK materials, these are definitely worth tracking down. And that kind of finishes off our big overview of the M.A.S.K UK comic run. Almost. These are the last true comic books I believe we'll be covering of the UK run. If anything else gets unearthed, we'll discuss it. We've also talked about the US comic run. But we do have the annual books. That's going to be the subject of our next video. And the M.A.S.K action book will also be in that category. Just because it's a very similar kind of format to the annual books. And with the start of the year, I kind of want to talk about where this channel is going to be going. Not Bill's channel. Bill's doing his thing, and I would love to do some more videos with Bill. So, I do plan on covering more comics in the coming year. Once we finish up the UK comics, I do want to eventually start working on some of the IDW stuff. Because I feel like the IDW run, there's a lot of misconceptions about it. I feel like there's a lot of gaps in people's information about it. People kind of read up to a certain point, and there was other M.A.S.K tales that kind of went on in some other books. That I think are kind of interesting, and I think just kind of letting you guys know what's out there with it is kind of what we do. It's kind of interesting. So, I also want to start covering some cartoon-related materials. I want to start covering some minor characters. We have some really great coverage on the channel. Lisa and Darcy are covering episodes. Bill's also covering some episodes. And I don't really want to step on their toes any with what I'm going to be doing. And what I want to do is I want to cover some obscure topics from the cartoon. If any of you guys follow me on Facebook, I post in a number of groups. Interesting, fun, minor characters and weird stuff from the cartoon. That those kind of one-off moments. And it's just something I really kind of just love in the cartoon. These kind of minor characters, these minor vehicles, these things that kind of show up maybe once or twice, and people think like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then they kind of forget about it. So that's something I want to plan on covering on the channel in the coming year. I'm kind of working on how to come up with the format for that. So it's something to stay tuned for, and obviously keep in mind Bill's going to be still doing his materials here. I believe he's still talking with Carol, and we have a pretty good crew here, and like I said, it's a good time to be a M.A.S.K fan. I think we have a lot more online resources than we ever had. We have a lot of people creating content. We have people creating art. We have a lot of things to be thankful for with the M.A.S.K community. I mean, we're not getting anything from Hasbro, but us fans are the ones who are keeping M.A.S.K alive. So, well, this has been Dave from the Boulder Hill Archive, everybody, and I do hope you all have a pleasant rest of your evening. I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Spectrum